All right. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at. So, we're going to talk today about the strategy called the Dope Boy strategy for getting rich. And the reason it's called the Dope Boy strategy for getting rich is because it's all about selling products or services to people that want them. So, one of the things about back in the day when I would see people out in the street or even at a higher level, one of the things that they did was they sold stuff that people wanted, that people just desperately wanted. And it's the same way that the Kennedys got rich and a whole bunch of other families. You know, the Kennedys made tens of millions of dollars, which would be equated to tens of billions of dollars in today's money from selling prohibition liquor. So selling liquor during a time when the government said you can't sell liquor. The same thing with Al Capone. They said that Al Capone was selling $100 million worth of booze illegally every single year for the time that he was in the business, right? So before he went to prison. And that $100 million that he was selling back then is equated to like $1 billion a year now. So that's how much he was making. And the Kennedys were doing the exact same thing, making billions of dollars, what would be equated as billions of dollars today in back then's money, right? So we got to look at this and we got to say, well, what was the thing about people like that, people in the 80s, 90s, the 2000s, the 2022, what is it? So I'm not suggesting that you need to go out and sell dope. That's just ludicrous. That's crazy. What I am suggesting to you is that you need to find something that people want before you can even get the product, okay? That people want it that desperately. So one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to talk about the top business ideas for 2022. So when you look at statistically what is said to be the top business ideas for 2022, you're going to find like a whole bunch of different ideas, a whole bunch of, you can Google top business ideas for 2022 or something like that, and you're going to get all these different ideas. But see, one of the things that I have a problem with as I look, and a lot of the ideas that you see, they're good, but they're not great. They're good, but they're not great. So all these ideas right here, obviously, e-commerce store selling specifically COVID-19 products, right? So things that people were desperate for, not so much now in the first part of 2022. People don't seem to be as into it, but in the beginning of COVID, people were buying, anything you can think of. I know a young lady in LA that literally left her job in the computer world. She was a programmer or something of that nature, and created a business where she ended up hiring something like 30 seamstresses to make masks. So I know a little tailor shop not too far from us where they also turned their tailor shop, taking all that scrap material and turning it into masks, and they were making a fortune. So the idea is that they were selling something, and they're not even in a good location. So they were selling something, had a half-assed business when they were doing, just regular tailoring. But when it came to those masks, they were selling them like the masks were going out of style. And so I know of another, my brother worked for the city, and he was, because of his position, he ended up buying masks, like tens of thousands of masks for the employees. And the thing was, it was from some little startup company, and they got paid. They got a lot of money from creating, these masks that they sold to the city of San Bernardino. So the point being is that whether it's something illicit that you're selling or you're selling something legal, it has to be something that people want, and that people want it before you can even get the supply, right? So with the mask, my people in my life, I'm telling you, they were buying masks like it was just nothing to it, including myself. The tailor that I mentioned earlier, we bought a crap load of masks from them because obviously we didn't want to wash masks every day. So we bought a bunch of them. I mean, to this day, we have a bag full of masks. So what I'm trying to tell you is you got to find something that works for you like magic, right? So let's look at some of these things that we have in front of us. So, what is it? Consulting. I do consulting. And the reason I do consulting is because consulting works, man. And the thing is, my price points for consulting mean that I don't have to have a lot of clients to do good, right? And sometimes I do great because I don't have to have a lot of clients because my price points are such that, if somebody wants to consult with me about building their business credit, all that gets, for an hour, I charge $250. If they want me for 6 months where they can call me Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5, no appointment necessary, I charge $5,000 for that 6 months. And so my price point is such that, I can deal with a small segment of people and be able to do okay with that. So that's what I'm trying to get across to you is the mentality that you need to be in something that people want desperately. So in my case, people want business credit. The people that I deal with, they want business credit, and I teach them how to raise, tens of thousands of dollars in business credit, corporate credit, and personal credit in a very short period of time. So those people are willing to pay me the $5,000. It's not something that I have to push and sell very, it's not like a real hard push, because what do people want? People want money. People want to know how to get money, how to take that money and build their business with it, and so on and so forth. So that's what I do. It's part of what I do. And I also, obviously, we run YouTube channels. We have a couple of other little things that we do. But to be perfectly frank, I don't believe in the shotgun approach. So everything that I do, all of my little things that I do, the YouTube and all that other stuff, comes back to one thing, which is consulting for me. So whether it's business or personal, because when you do the shotgun approach, I've never seen someone succeed at doing the shotgun approach where you're just selling a bunch of different stuff and you don't have a clear focus. If you have a clear focus, you know whether it's going to work for you or not. You can get in, you can get out faster. But when you sit and you wait on something, like, oh, okay, I got these 5 things in the fire. I'm trying to do, these 5 different businesses. All those businesses are going to, suffer because you're not able to give clear, clean focus. And I don't care what wealthy person you're talking about. If you look at all of them, whether it's anybody from Elon Musk to Jeff Bezos to, pick somebody, they all had clear focus. And like Elon Musk had multiple business, but he would either fail at them and shut them down, or he was able to sell them and then move forward. Right? So it was clear focus until he was able to either shut it down because it wasn't working, or he was able to sell it and then take that money and move on, and then subsequently move into Tesla. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. Clear mind of focus. Have one thing that you're doing, and if you have other things, all those things need to relate back to your primary. So it's the dope boy mentality. It's the bootleggers mentality. It's all that. Clear mind of focus, selling or offering something that people want. That's it. You have to have a product or service that people want desperately, and then that's how you're going to get paid. So I want to move back over here real quick. You can look at these lists. You can Google these lists, and out of these lists, find out what you think, right, by doing a bit more research, what you think that people are really, really desperate for. I mean, so desperate that it's going to make it easier for you to get paid, because that's what it really is all about. It's all about how can you get paid. So we're going to go, remember, you can just Google this stuff, okay? You can look at the world's richest people, and you can see what they're into: technology, consumer, a whole lot of technology. If you were to go down this list, there's a whole lot of technology, and that tells you where we're at as a society and as a globe, as a global society, where people are at. We all want that technology of one type or another. And so how can you insert yourself into the technology realm? How can you get in there? How can you find your way? And the thing is you don't even have to be a tech person yourself. You can go to sites. There's a plenty of them. So there's Upwork, there's guru.com. As a matter of fact, just go to Google and put in sites like Upwork, sites like guru.com, Fiverr, all these different places where there's programmers that are sitting there waiting for you. I know of plenty of people in the marketing world, in the online marketing world. They have zero skill as far as creating programs and softwares for marketing and all this other stuff. But what they do is they go to these sites and they hire people, programmers, to create their software for them, and they do it in whatever niche is hot at that moment. That's it. They do it in whatever niche is hot at that moment, and then that software will sell like hotcakes, as they used to say. It'll sell, and then once it's people aren't on that anymore, they move on to the next thing, right? Create another software, because in the marketing industry, software sells. If you have a software, it could be garbage software, but if you have a software that says, oh, I can help you find more clients and whatever it is that you're doing, or I can make your process easier in the marketing world, those softwares tend to sell very well for anywhere from several months to a year, and then people are on to the next thing, because people have a very short attention span, and they also always want the latest, greatest thing, what's popping, what's making money at that point in time. So I'm just telling you, you always have to have a core business idea. So if you're a marketer, be a marketer, but be willing to shift into what is hot. What is it that people want at that point in time? That's what you're going to do. That's how you're going to make your money. Once again, for me, it's consulting. Because with consulting, it allows me to deal with people but expand, because then there's other things that I can offer them down the road, and I know they're serious because I've been dealing with them for a period of time. For you, it can be whatever, find something, but once again, it has to be that dope boy thing. It has to be you selling something that people want now. People want it right now, and they're willing to pay right now. That's what it's all about. So here's a couple other places that you can go. Here's an article I wanted to show you all real quick, and you can find this at Fit Small Business. It's 41 online shopping statistics retailers should know in 2022. Check that article out. I think it might be beneficial for you. I don't know what your business is, but you need to do a little bit of research before you just jump out there. So anyways, this video is done. I'm already at the 13-minute mark, so I'm out. If you're interested in business consulting, personal consulting, hit us up. Here's our number right on the screen. And we do offer this program that I mentioned earlier, which is our business credit building program. It's not for everybody. I'm going to tell you that up front. But if you want consulting, personal or business, I've already told you our price points. Give us a call. All right, take care, and thank you for watching this video. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.